Look, the last thing I'm trying to do is make Bo Nix, Tom Brady comparisons, okay? That would be just blatantly unfair.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing about Brady was he clearly had a lot of the intangibles to go along with the talent, okay? So we don't know yet whether or not Bo Nix has that it factor. That is still to be determined. But the answer, the phrase that he used that really gave me a lot of hope, and I wrote down in my handy-dandy notebook, was when he talked about the command of the offense. And I think sometimes in the wake of Bo Nix's drafting, when you make a big deal or you try to sell people on the idea of, wow, this guy is so good at picking up information and picking up an offense and being able to talk about the offense, and as Cecil Lammey likes to say, being a supercomputer, it's almost like, okay, is that really, a skill that's going to set you apart from all the other great quarterbacks in the NFL? And when you hear Woody talk about Brady and the command of the offense as a real strength, well, that gives me a lot of hope for a guy like Bo Nix.
Sure.
Because if this is his undeniable strength, well, it was an undeniable strength for Tom Brady, and he's arguably the greatest quarterback of all time. So it does matter. It can matter. And why can't it matter with Bo?
Right. I think one of the things that people always ask me about is what was it like playing with Elway? And you walk into the huddle, and there's no question we could be down by 14. Ain't no question we're getting back into this game. You always felt that way. You always felt like, whatever the situation was, we were in a great position. And so that confidence just permeates that whole offensive huddle. Then every guy understands that if I just do my job, that guy's going to give us a chance to win.
So how does having then such a grip on the offense, how does that inspire confidence then?
Well, you have a grip on the offense that regardless of what they give us, especially in today's game, that quarterback's going to get us in the right play based upon the offense or based upon what he's seeing defensively. And so, there are so many little things to keep you out of a bad situation or potentially a bad play. And then just understanding based on, potential blitz or based on alignment, based on the front, where the weakness of that defense is and how we're going to get to that, even if we have the play called. So we have the right play called, but, whether you get off the front side and get to the back side right away based upon the defense that you see in the passing game. Like, this guy is going to get us where we need to go. And I think one thing that really inspires players, you talk about confidence, is that I know as a receiver, hey, man, I am always live. So what I mean by that, Mike, is there are some quarterbacks that you're dead. You're running around for the sake of running around because as the third target in this, progression, he ain't ever getting to me. Or if I'm on the backside of the progression, he's not getting to me. I am a dead receiver. So what ends up happening to you is hey man, if they're calling front side, a progression, and we know the front side is 1 to 2, and getting to the backside is just not going to happen. Well, you're basically out of these plays because hey man, if 1 to 2 isn't open, this quarterback, Russell Wilson, he's just going to tuck it and run. He's going to tuck it and start moving around, and so I'm dead. This route's dead, and I'll be honest with you, like, I want unselfish players, but if you're going to run 42 routes in a game and 39 of them are going to be dead, there comes a time when you're just like, this guy, right? This guy. And so, yeah, there are some of those things.
So for the texter on the RamosLaw.com text line, see, I knew some of you texters, even though I tried to set it up properly and tried to put all the disclaimers in there. Nope. You only hear what you want to hear. Here we go. Come on now. Saying Nix and Brady in the same sentence is completely out of line. I'm sure at least one person said that about Josh Rosen. Another one. So what I'm hearing is that Bo Nix is a Tom Brady, John Elway in waiting without ever having played a single snap in the NFL. Wow. Nope, that's not what I said. And I said that at the beginning.
Nobody said that.
Nobody said that. What I found interesting, though, is that Damian Woody said the first time that you really sensed that they had something really special in Brady was him talking about his command of the offense.
Right.
Not, oh, my God, you should have seen some of the throws he made at practice.
Right.
I mean, what an arm. Or you should have seen his escapability and his mobility. Nope, it was never sold that way. Or that was never the way that the Patriots at that point formed that opinion of Brady. It was the dude has such a command of the offense and instills that confidence.
Right.
Well, how have we been sold on Bo Nix? Is the idea that this guy's mind, hey, maybe he doesn't have a howitzer for an arm. Maybe he's, not going to just run around and make something out of nothing. But, man, the dude knows what he's looking at, what he's supposed to do. And I don't know. I feel like people have tried to make the case for Bo, and it's fallen on a lot of deaf ears. So, well, okay, great. He's got command of the offense. He can go up to the grease board and write it all down.
Right.
I'm trying to make the point here that that is a talent. That is a talent. That's a talent that is every bit as important. I would say more important than being able to throw the ball over the mountain or
it's
be able to run around.
Far more important than any of those things. Your ability to process, and this goes to every position, your ability to process is the number one indicator of if you're going to be a good player or not. You can be He-Man. You can be the strongest dude on the planet. If you can't process, you can't play. You can be the fastest dude on the planet. You can run the best 40 time. If you can't process, you can't play. Because you'll play slow if you can't process. I want somebody who can play fast. And one of the things I used to say all the time, the best scrambler in football, to me, was Tom Brady. Never left the pocket. But his ability to slide and manipulate and scramble within the pocket, move within the pocket, creating space for himself so that he could let a receiver shake loose and then throw a dime. That's a skill set, man. And if you have those skills, we don't know if Bo Nix is going to be, worth a squirt of piss or not. I don't have any idea. But I do know he's got a skill set that gives him a chance to be really good.
And that's all I'm going with. So
Right.
for the texters, that's where the comparisons to Tom Brady or John Elway absolutely end.
Mm-hmm.
Screeching halt. It ends right there. Because, like you talked about, the swagger, the gravitas, going into a huddle, and Elway saying we got him right where we want him type
Right.
thing. And you just knew there was a vibe in the huddle that we're going to get this done, and this guy's going to lead us. That's something we don't know.
Right.
That's an intangible, that's an immeasurable, that we just don't know if Nix possesses that. And it would be foolhardy to come out right now and say he does. But let's start with the idea that a skill set that others have sort of dismissed as being, oh well, yeah, great, is something that a guy like Damian Woody and his fellow teammates looked at Tom Brady and said, "Oh, this guy's dangerous because of his command of the offense."
Correct. I think the other thing is that we get so enamored by physical tools because they're the easiest thing to see. A dude's got, some great physical tools. Easy to see. It's easy to see 6'5", 240, and you can throw it, 70 yards. That's easy stuff to see. Doesn't translate. I mean, I can give you, how come Jeff George didn't become what everybody thought he would become? How come Jay Cutler didn't become what everybody anticipated?
Well, bring it
he
to
would
the
become?
here and now. Josh Allen is a freak. Josh Allen, I haven't seen an athletic quarterback
Absolute
like
freak
that
show.
since Elway.
Yeah.
Okay?
Absolute freak show.
But what has kept him from making the leap? It's his decision-making in big games.
Yeah. What did he throw last year? 18 picks?
Yeah.
Something like that? Especially in the red zone? It's those things that cost him and cost the Buffalo Bills. Now, some of that goes on to coaching, I believe. Some of that is being too dependent on your quarterback to go out and make plays, especially when it becomes, boom or bust time. They always just go, Josh, go bail us out. I'm not a big believer in that, but yeah, I'm 100% with you. That guy's got more talent. He's immensely talented. So we're going to find out. I told you, and I've told you since day one, I will be absolutely shocked if Bo Nix isn't the day one starter. For any other reason than injury. If he's not the day one starter, then that would be a red flag.
Absolutely.
Inconceivable.
Absolutely.